welcome back to the Simmo Kiel Show. It's been a while, hasn't it, Kyle?
Yes, it has. There's been a lot going on.
Yep, there's been a lot going on.
Not just in our own lives, but music world too.
That's right, we've got a big list here of things that we're going to cover. So, just a quick heads up, there's going to be a little bit of alcohol use in this video because me and Kyle have decided to have a Christmas drink. So,
3 weeks away.
yeah, he's having his cold bourbon and I'm having my cold beer.
Rock on.
And yeah, so we decided to make a Christmas drink out of it. So, been a while since we've been back here on the couch, bro. Last time we did it at your place, yeah.
I couldn't really sort of walk and drive around.
He's walking awesome now. He strolled into my house and I was like, yep, looks like you're walking good, bro.
Well, 2 weeks ago I did that video.
Yep.
That was what?
Yep. So you were in a music video just 2 weeks ago, weren't you?
It was the weirdest feeling.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
The artist name is Dave as well. Dave Java or Javier, as I've been told.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even know how to pronounce his name.
Yep.
And he just asked me, did I want to do it with him? Because we're playing more gigs with him later on. And it's not how I perceived doing a video.
Yeah, okay.
It was completely, you feel, like if you're a drummer, you feel out of your element and completely trying to do a video clip. Because when you're on an acoustic, it's not like you're on an electric drum kit, you're on a normal acoustic kit. For anyone who's never been in a video itself, like a proper video, it's the weirdest thing. No other instruments are turned on.
Yep.
They look like they're turned on, and they blast the song back at you.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And I literally have to play to the song.
Yep.
So I don't get to mime like the others. I literally have to play the song.
Interesting.
And because what comes through is just played back of the song actually for the recording.
Yep.
I've just got to look like I've played the spot where they want it in time.
Yep.
Which obviously they did. So it was quite a weird feeling, like you roll it back, I think it was like 50 or 60 times, you just roll on this one song over and over and over. And by the end of it, you get to know the song off by heart. But to hear it, like, because you haven't got in ears, you've just got the speaker, the fallback speakers.
Yeah,
so
coming.
if I'm playing, sometimes like I might not hear exactly where
The fill is.
The fill's changed that. I'm meant to be playing the fill. Crap.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of that.
Yeah, okay.
Even though yes, I did record the song with him.
Yeah.
But the video was completely different.
Yeah,
It makes you feel that like it feels like you've just played a gig.
Yeah,
after you finish.
Yeah, true.
But you've been playing the one song as the gig for like 4 hours.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
damn.
holy crap. So in the end, you get sick of that song.
Yeah, okay.
And it wasn't so much just the playing of the song. Everyone else looked like they were doing pretty good, but because I'm actually playing,
Yeah.
I looked like I'd run a marathon by the end. Because
Yeah,
it was the
okay.
first thing I'd done since getting the boot off. So it was quite strange to just sort of go back in straight into that.
Yeah, cool.
And then now for a different bloke, with another mate that I get to play New Year's Eve with as well.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So that's awesome, dude. That's a different experience, and you'll probably have a few more of those coming up in the future.
Probably this year coming, yeah. Like Dave obviously wants me to play with him, obviously, when he needs a full band, because he does a lot of solo stuff.
Yeah.
So he doesn't necessarily need a full band for his solo stuff.
Yeah.
But all his stuff is transferable to full band.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
So, and he does a lot of covers as well. So
yeah, all right. Awesome.
yeah, and they're not hard. They're all, you just got to know your spots and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, so
I'll look forward to seeing a few more of your film clips rocking up in the future. So, moving on, some of the things I had written down was like about the barn assault highlights. Really?
I was watching them, man.
All right. Well, we'll go into it. I was going to say, really, do I need to highlight it? I think everyone's seen the video, but let's have a quick chat.
You don't need to highlight it, but seriously, some of those that you could tell that obviously you'd had a few drinks by the end of it.
Yeah.
So from the time you turned up, and it was like, you'd have all these like sort of shots of all the metal stuff going on with certain bands and stuff, and then you click back in, and you'd like, yeah, Simmo's back, and it's like, had a few drinks for that one.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep, that's how it was. It was good fun.
It's good fun and getting out with people, and obviously,
you know what, the
enjoying
Barn Assault video started something. Because you've noticed the videos lately, so...
Well, now everyone's saying get on to Simmo Metal. So every gig you turn up to, and even doing these things, some people see, like, they see me or they see you.
Yeah.
It's general people that I didn't even know would be interested in what this whole thing is.
Yeah. And it's really caught on.
When's the next episode? Or, hey, I saw Simmo the other night at what's the name? Where were you? Why weren't you there? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I didn't get a chance. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
but Kyle will come to a few with me. Well, what we've got next weekend, don't we? We've got Mammal and Screaming Jets. So I don't think I'll do a Simmo Metal episode per se.
There's 2 other bands too. So
yeah, and 2 other great bands too. I'll tell you what would turn it into a Simmo Metal episode. If I got Ezekiel on to say you're watching Simmo Metal, then
there you go, Ezekiel.
Then we'd have to turn it into a full episode, man. But you know, if I get
a bunch of blokes too.
Yeah, nah. But if I get the chance to do something like that, well, then we'd probably have to look into turning it into a whole episode. But we'll film plenty of stuff that night.
Off the chart, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be wild. So we're looking forward to that. But how good?
In that gig though, I still do think when I see the flyers and all that come up for the gig, and when Mammal's doing all the promotion for it, I didn't think I'd ever see the day where you'd have Mammal and the Screaming Jets.
Yeah, what a different...
At one gig. It's like no other band, not a festival, but a proper gig.
But it's cool because these are bands that are based in the Newcastle area.
They are. And it's just... Mammal's sort of your edgier, heavier, bordering slightly up, getting up there towards your metal rap rock.
Yeah.
And then you flip it, and you've got Screaming Jets, who are your blues pub rock.
Yeah, classic pub rock. But there is a little bit of like a metal edge to them. I will say they've got a metal edge.
But I think they've
got a metal edge.
I just didn't think I'd see the day where like Screaming Jets goes, yeah, we're taking Mammal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But wow, you know, like for me, that'd almost be like hearing that AC/DC is going to be touring with Carnival. Like it would be weird. Yeah. It would be weird. Yeah.
But
you know what? I just set up a show the other week for Cold Chisel
and Birds
of Tokyo, and they went well together.
I was just going to say that was last weekend.
You know what? Birds of Tokyo really complimented Cold Chisel. So
Birds of Tokyo, like I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Have been for a while.
Great
mainly because of I never ever realised the singer from Birds of Tokyo was the singer in Carnival.
Oh yeah, it's Ian King.
I didn't really realise that until like a couple of years back.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay. And then it got me more into Birds of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So what I will do, I'll cut a little bit of footage of the fact that I was working it. So I was working the Grinspoon show. Kyle was watching it. He was a punter.
Oh, man.
And you know what? I had some access that was really cool from the side of the stage. So
that was a great gig.
Yeah, it was. Oh, and how tight were they? Yeah.
But I will say...
So I'll sneak a little bit of that into the edits at the end. Just a little bit of fill.
The band that played before...
Yeah.
Now, I don't really, sort of listen much to the opening band. But... I will swear this to anyone who was there and seen them play. I got a massive Paramore feeling just because of the chick singer.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go.
And it was me and Ben singer from Firefish.
Okay, cool.
And we both got the same feeling. When they started playing, they're like, okay, this is really sort of a bit rocky. And then as soon as she started to sing and open that first note, we went, that's Paramore.
Yeah, cool.
Holy shit.
So I didn't actually get a chance to catch them. So I haven't got any of them on film. But
they're an awesome band. They're from Melbourne. They're a Melbourne-based band.
Yeah.
So they're an Aussie-based band as well. Clubhouse something.
Yeah, cool.
It's like there's like 3 numbers that start something. 253 Clubhouse.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But they were a decent opening act.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I was like, well, okay, this is not bad. But in saying that, once you sort of got 6 songs, you're like, okay, I'm over the Paramore feeling.
Yeah.
What else have you guys got? And it started to get a bit repetitive.
Oh, okay, repetitive, yeah. Okay,
So it was cool. It was cool for a while, and then it was like, okay, I know you sound a lot like her.
Yeah.
But can we move on? Like, have you got something else?
I'll tell you what, and even that night, I want to quickly thank Boog for coming out. At the end of the show, Boog is Grinspoon's stage manager.
Yep. And
Boog comes out to me. Thanks, Boog. He comes out and he goes, "You drink beer?" "Oh, mate, does Simmo drink beer?" Simmo loves beer. So he goes to me, "You drink beer?" And I said, "I do. I love beer." And he goes, "Well, those are all yours." And he hands me a 4-pack of Bolter XPAs, which are really nice, craft beer. And I had my little 4-pack, and I put that in my backpack. And that was going to be my beers once I got home from the show. So thanks, Boog. You're a legend, bro.
But that gig, like Grinspoon themselves, holy shit. Like I've been a Grinspoon fan for years, but I've never ever been given the chance. I've always never seen them live.
Yeah.
Something's always happened. I've always had something else on. I've never gotten the chance to see them live.
Yeah, well, now you have.
Sounded, Phil, the singer,
yeah,
sounded much like he did back then to now.
Yeah.
He has not changed one little bit. It's just he's older, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and all their hits, they played all their hits that they have.
Yeah.
Like, I was just, yeah. And then to end the night, when they said, "Oh, this is our last song," it was going to be Champion.
Yeah.
That went off.
That song rocked the house.
The worst thing they could have done then is like, everyone wanted them to play one more. So they said, "Yeah, we'll play one more." And they opened it up to the crowd and started saying, "Oh yeah, what do you want?" Everyone just started yelling songs.
Yeah, random songs. I think we ended up with More Than You Are.
And that was the last one because it went all quiet. Everyone was like, "Oh, waiting for it." No, I've just yelled it out from the back. Me and Ben, "Play More Than You Are," and we're just yelling it.
Yeah, man.
And all of a sudden, yeah, we'll do it. Bang.
Yeah, and that was the song they went into, which is one of the best.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
But in saying that, there's other Grinspoon songs that I love too.
I think we've all covered that song at one point in a band, at one point or another.
Yeah, I used to play it drums.
Yeah, when I was in the 2-piece feed with Sean and that, and I was on the bass, we used to have to do that song. So.
I've also covered Hard Act to Follow. That's not a
song, yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
That's fun on drums to play. You rock it out.
Yeah, man. So, that was sick. Look, I'm not going to go on about this one too much. I'm just going to mention that Steel Panther did come to Australia. Yeah, and I heard that they kicked ass. I was even on the bus for a job down at Kudos Arena to go pack up a show. I think it was Olivia Rodrigo. And, because that's, just for anyone who doesn't know, that's what I do in my other job is packing up and setting up big shows like Pink, Elton John,
any big act,
Paul McCartney.
Simmo here has probably
Matchbox 20
or packed down.
I nearly knocked over Rob Thomas one time going to catering. Poor Rob Thomas, nearly bailed him over. He was lovely though. He was fine. So, but yeah, Smashing Pumpkins. I've had a fist bump with Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction before. I was packing a truck and I'm like, "Perry, I'm a big fan." He was just talking to the truck driver. He's like, "Yeah, man, will you give me some knuckles?" So, got some knuckles off Perry Farrell. That was pretty cool. So,
I have got one little quick story about Grinspoon.
Yeah, all right. We'll go back to the Grinspoon and then I'll come back to the Steel Panther.
I didn't know that, like, this is my foot specialist. So I went and seen Grinspoon the night before, Bar on the Hill.
Yeah.
Went to my foot specialist the day before, give me all the clearance.
Yeah.
I told him, "Hey, I was at Grinspoon last night," and he was like, "Oh, really?" And I was so not expecting him, because he's a bit older. Well, he's older than me, he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting him to be a big Grinspoon fan. But they're one of his bands he saw back in Big Day Out.
Yeah.
When it was such a big event. And he's like, hey, how cool is this? He said, you know Phil's daughter? And he's like, when she was younger, back in kindergarten year 1, they do show and tell and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, he said, we're friends of the family. He's like, so we know him quite well.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And he said, imagine, he said, all the kids are sitting around and they're doing show and tell. And he said, you remember when Phil won the ARIA?
Oh, yeah.
For one of their albums. He said his daughter brought in Phil's ARIA for show and tell.
Yeah, man.
And it was like, wow. And he's like, and so my daughter was there as well at the time. And he's like, that's how we sort of become to be a big Grinspoon fan.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, I didn't see you being a big Grinspoon fan. He said, is that because I'm a doctor? I said,
No.
That is exactly why. I'd say didn't see you being.
But he was your leg doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's my specialist, Dr.
Yeah.
Rao.
Yeah,
And I was
okay,
like,
cool.
Okay. But
That's bad.
he's like us.
Yeah.
That's why he just, when I mean like us, he's not like most doctors.
Yeah,
are.
he's pretty casual. Yeah.
He's not up himself.
Yeah, man.
He just have a chat about anything.
Yeah, cool.
But that's just a little story.
Yeah.
I thought,
like
it got
that.
me. I'm like, hang on, okay, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I've never had that.
Yeah.
Someone bringing
Yeah,
Aria.
bring Aria into show
and
and
they
tell.
figured out that it was like Phil's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Who's now how old she is.
Yeah.
But wow.
But yeah, so yeah, no, I was trekking down to Olivia Rodrigo to set that show up, and the bus driver goes to me, oh, I'm going to Steel Panther tomorrow. I was like, man, we'll put some on. So all the way down to Olivia
Steel
Rodrigo,
Panther.
he's got Steel Panther
Blasted.
pumping, and there was some like nasty ass lyrics in some of those songs
Come
too.
on, man. Most Steel
Yeah.
Panther.
That's nasty.
He got some rock and grooves.
Yeah.
But when you listen to some of those lyrics, you're like,
Oh yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Only Steel Panther could get away.
Yeah, only Steel Panther
Sorry,
can get away
guys,
with
but-
that. But no, I'm sure they had a great show here in Australia. I did see some pictures and some of my mates, like Jordan Clark, he went and seen him.
Did they play a full
fellow YouTuber.
They play a full tour, like as in multiple shows?
Yeah,
or
they did all around Australia, yeah.
What did they do? What the Offspring only did?
Yeah, one.
About 1 month, but
Yeah.
played one show in Melbourne. And then 3 days later, announce a full Australian
Yeah,
tour
and then
for
we
next
get a
year.
full Australian tour next year.
Far out.
So, moving on to tour announcements and extensions. We had Mastodon just tour not long ago, and that was with Kerry King actually.
They're in the 3rd and 4th of December. They had
Yep.
the side shows Sydney and Melbourne.
Yep.
Because they're playing Good Things.
Yeah. Yep.
Which Corn is.
Which Good
is
Things
coming up
is
this weekend.
This weekend, yeah. Yeah. So
This Saturday coming.
I'm not lucky enough to go to Good Things. I wish I was, but I'm more focused on getting to me Knotfest, and if I'm lucky enough, I'll go to see the Popular Monster tour with Fallen in Reverse, Hollywood Undead, and the Black Veil Brides.
Honestly, if I knew Mastodon was gonna open up and do a bloody sideshow
Yeah, with Kerry King.
with Kerry King,
Yeah.
like I would have honestly got tickets for that
Yeah.
because that would have been the two reasons I would have went to
Yeah.
Knotfest.
Yeah. Okay.
And to see both of those two, because Kerry King, I would have loved to have.
Yeah. And I'm sure he'd play a bit of Slayer as well.
Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah.
That's what got him famous.
Yeah.
So, go back to his roots.
But nah, I'm sure it was a great show. I seen one of me buddies, Adam Clayton, he went to it, and he shared some photos and some good stuff, and said that Mastodon crushed it. And,
They would. They seem to. Most gigs, they always seem to.
yeah.
crush.
And
They get me with the three singers.
I would have loved to just hear Kerry King's guitar tone live again, really. Yeah, so...
To hear his solo stuff live.
Yeah, I would be cool. And I'm sure he would have chucked in a few Rain in Bloods and Angel of Deaths here and there. So moving on to the Knotfest 2025 lineup. Some great bands on the lineup. I'll be going. I'm keen to see Baby Metal. Look, the reason why I think a lot of people were met on the lineup is because there's a lot of metalcore. It's just a lot of metalcore, really. You got Miss May I, you got Enter Shikari. Like, these are all just metalcore bands.
Yes and no. There's a big divide because, see, when like you talk about it, you love the lineup.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
That was, even though
A Day to Remember, another metalcore band.
See, some of the bigger bands that are playing, I've already seen before.
Yeah, okay.
So it didn't interest me. And the other ones that I hadn't seen, I went, sorry, I don't know. I have to check all you guys out.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know a lot of you guys, but I do know A Day to Remember. I've seen them before.
Yeah.
I've seen Slipknot hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, it is their 25th.
Yeah, that's what I'm keen on, is the red jumpsuits. That's what I'm there for, the red jumpsuits.
I saw them when they played in their red jumpsuit.
Okay.
And I mean, yes, it's still Slipknot.
Hey, they're even doing a sideshow, so if I really don't make it to Knotfest, I'm sure I'll go to the Slipknot sideshow.
But I mean,
I want to make it to Knotfest because it's a tradition for me. I've went the last 2 years.
But yeah, I can still understand that people like yourself,
yeah,
they were hell like, yeah, we love this list.
Yeah.
But I think too, it's that sort of, a lot of other people that I know too, because it was not sort of like the genre that we sort of go to first. That's what sort of went, oh, hang on, no, we're not interested.
Yeah, okay.
So we turned off and went bang that way.
Yeah, and a lot of people have went the Good Things route, you know, like Korn, you know, like.
I think too, like Good Things is offering.
Good Things, a lot of variety. Knotfest is meant to be a metal only day.
But also, it's offering the variety. But I did see they brought up it's got 5 stages.
Yeah.
So it's like the old Soundwave thing. And I did notice if I was to go, I'd be going there, back and forth from different stage to different stage.
Yeah, okay.
And there's overlapping of times of where I'd want to be seeing
with Knotfest, the way they line it up is there's
Knotfest
just two stages, yeah.
That's fantastic.
I like how they do that.
You just sit. And that's you.
The bands just come on, yeah.
Where, don't get me wrong, I don't mind. It was always cool seeing the old Soundwave Big Day Out thing. But
yeah.
I mean, they're going from this stage to that stage.
Well, that's what they've got in America with
like,
Sick New World. And did you hear that Sick New World just got cancelled?
I did hear that.
So Sick New World just got cancelled in America.
Yep.
So there's a bit of just extra news there. Here's another one. So Jinjer is touring Australia.
Yes.
So
in January.
Yeah, and her voice. Oh my God.
She's had a killer voice.
Yeah.
I still remember the first time I ever heard that. It was, I can't remember what song it was, but I couldn't believe
it's that song where they're in the studio, eh?
It is?
Yeah, I know the song you're talking about.
And it was my brother. My brother Bryce, he's like, listen to this.
Yeah,
this is like about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, just wait, it's all nice and pretty. And then all of a sudden,
she's a good singer. And
then all of a sudden, when she did open up and scream, I think my mouth just dropped open, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then
chicks can do it too,
and then
man.
she went back to the singing.
They do it good.
She went back to the singing after doing that scream that she just done, which is hard.
Yeah.
For any singer to go like from that really deep-throated like growl, to then sing straight away is a hard thing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I know even like when I'm like doing my growl singing, like it's hard to go back to clean.
It is. And that's why I think in the studio where they do it like sort of, they break it up, do all the screams here and do all your singing here. But I mean, the first time I heard them, I was a fan. I was
they're
just
mad.
Like, wow.
So yeah, January, that one, and then we've got Butterfly Effect is celebrating their 20th anniversary, which is awesome.
Technically be 21 years.
So it'll be tour for Begins Here.
Yep.
So we get to hear all of the Begins Here stuff again.
And they're doing.
Are they playing the whole album in its full entirety?
When I saw
that'd be amazing. I would love that. I love that album.
The 20th anniversary.
Begins Here is one of the best Australian metal albums of all time.
The 20th anniversary started, like with Butterfly Effect, started this year. So they did this in February of this year.
Yep.
And they played all your major cities.
Yep.
So, but because everyone was like, wanted it so much more and still loves that album because it's technically probably one of their best, if not their best album.
Yeah.
They've went, hang on, we'll extend it. So we're going to call it the 21st anniversary.
Yep.
And we're going to go to all your regional cities and places we didn't go. And they actually put it up to a vote online on Facebook. And they had all places, Tamworth, Coffs Harbour, Armadale, all these other different places.
Yeah, like places that they've never really toured. Yeah,
but
that's
now
great.
they're going to be doing, they got Coffs Harbour in February. Coffs Harbour is on there.
Yeah.
But they have got Gosford. That's the one. That's the closest.
Yeah.
I think that's the closest show, actually, if you wanted to catch them.
Yeah.
Other than Sydney or Wollongong.
Yeah, and then just during October, then we had Oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah, but also
which is sold out.
We'll get to a bit more of them later in our drama section.
I still yes. For everyone who's an Oasis fan, don't get me wrong.
I can't believe it sold out as quick as it did.
What I was just gonna say. So obviously they sold out of the 3 shows first. And then they went, oh, hang on, we need to add extra shows. And they sold out too.
Yeah.
So I was like, there must be a hell of a lot of massive Oasis fans.
Yeah.
Especially because the tickets weren't cheap. They were somewhere between the $500-$600 mark.
Yeah.
And they sold out, and because they're playing stadiums. They're not playing inside in the arenas. They're playing in the stadiums.
Yeah.
So to sell out your big stadiums in Australia is sometimes can be a bit hard depending on the band.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of bands can't do it. And I thought, there'll be still tickets and don't get me wrong, I like a few Oasis songs, but I'm not a massive fan.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The one
Me too, just Wonderwall and
if I was given,
Don't Look Back in Anger and the main ones.
If I was given the chance to sort of go to an Oasis
show,
someone
shut me some free tickets or something like that.
I'd go. Because they got a couple of good songs that I don't mind, but otherwise I'm not a massive fan. But saying about that, the next one, who are you going to add on your list?
Metallica.
I was a big fan of them as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying the price of the tickets.
So that is the big fiasco. I was even appalled. I even was. They're advertising this Metallica tour, Metallica 2025. Mate, I remember when I went to Death Magnetic back in the 2010s. It cost me a mere $110.
$110, $120.
Yeah, heaps good, Now, you want to go see Metallica, you better already pay $400.
Well, I couldn't believe the fact. Because I've got the...
I ain't forking out that much.
Ticket Tech, they give you your...
And it's sold out instantly.
If you're a member, you can get pre-sale.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll jump on. It's been 5 hours. There's probably still plenty of tickets left. Yep. I'll keep reading that when there was.
Yeah.
Now, there's no word of a lie. I went on, and the cheapest ticket I could get was $260.
Yeah, wow.
And that was, mind you, up in the same spot where I saw Foo Fighters, which is the climb the hill.
Yep.
To get up to sit with the part that arches through.
Yeah, geez.
And you are sitting down that. Now the next best price was $280.
Yeah.
And that was 2 rows down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, right. And then all of a sudden it went from $280 to $360 to get down a little bit quicker. And I'm thinking, what do you actually got to pay to actually get a decent seat that is down there?
Yeah.
And then you look down even further, it was the ones that are left, $500, $600, $800.
Yeah.
Some VIP special ticket. There was one of them was like $1,000 and one's $1,500.
Yeah, there was one ticket where you can follow Metallica all around Australia.
Yeah,
and
that was the $1,500 ticket. You can go to any
show. Yeah.
And you can follow them around the country. Apparently because it worked in America.
Yeah,
but
okay.
America has 50 states. Numerous different venues. Australia has 6, 7.
Yeah, and you got to catch a plane to every one of them.
We're not sort of driving distance from here to Perth.
Yeah, no.
Or from here to Adelaide. If you are, well, you could.
Yeah.
But it's a long distance.
Yeah, so the Metallica tour, managed to
Pissed off a lot of
disappoint.
people.
Yeah, managed to piss off a lot of people and disappoint. Like, I was disappointed. I was like, yeah, no worries. I'll go to that just like I did in the 2010s. I'll buy a ticket for $200 like I did for Motley Crue. It'll be easy.
Yep.
Nah,
not easy.
not in the year 2024 anyway. So, moving on from that, Fallen in Reverse and Popular Monster Tour. That's the one that I'll look into.
They've announced theirs for March next year.
And we've got Hollywood Undead and the Black Veil Brides as well. So
It's a good lineup.
yeah, my wife's a massive Black Veil Brides fan. She's always loved them. So we'll probably go to that one. And then the Offspring. They announced some tour dates in May. So
Yeah, I can release my beef with Offspring now. So.
yeah, okay.
And they've actually done a decent thing because when I
they're
checked,
doing it with Simple Plan.
when I
Simple
checked
Plan's great.
their ticket pricing,
I've seen
it's
it
actually not too
decades
bad.
ago in the 2000s.
Offspring's ticket pricing isn't too bad. I think it's about, well, compared to Metallica, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I think the cheapest ticket was what, 120, 140? So it wasn't too bad. Like if you, and I don't think it will sell out.
Yeah.
So obviously, because it's not Metallica. But,
Yeah.
so I think if there's still tickets available in start of next year, I might even give that a go and.
Well, even if Metallica announces some kind of like bonus extra dates or something like that, I'd probably look into it again.
Honestly, man,
But it'll probably still be the same price.
Metallica are notorious for over the last few years. Sorry to any Australian fans and New Zealand fans of cancelling.
Actually, yeah, they did one with Slipknot and Metallica
And they cancelled.
back when Slipknot had the We Are Not Your Kind album out, and they cancelled.
Yeah, mind you, this has been going on since 2018.
Yeah.
And it's now 6 years later, and they keep saying, yeah, we want to come. They announce it, and then they cancel. They announce it, and they cancel. Or James is going through rehab again.
Yeah.
That's been the big thing.
Yeah, that was what cancelled the last one. So...
Sorry, Metallica fans.
Yeah. Look, I'll pass this one over to you a bit. You seem to know a little bit more about Chris Farley than I do. He was a promoter.
Yeah, he was one of the promoters around the area, and like he talked to pretty much
Like Hunter and Newcastle.
Hunter, Newcastle,
And even as far as
up
like...
North Coast, down South Coast,
Yep, okay.
Central Coast.
Yep.
Big person, big personality.
Yep,
Lovable guy. He was I think he was about 62 when he passed.
yep,
Mind you, just a couple of months ago now.
yep.
And any sort of like covers band, he was big for doing covers bands and stuff like that.
Yep.
And if he saw something he liked, he'd take you under his wing, and you would get plenty of work.
Yeah.
You'd be working a lot, but you would get plenty of work.
Yeah.
Most of your covers bands that play now were pretty much on his roster.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So now that he's passed, someone else will take over, but it won't be the same as
Yeah.
it was before. And he was still one of the ones that, if you were on his roster, he would still check out new bands. He would check, but he'd also go to your gigs as well.
Yeah, cool.
A lot of the ones don't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of the agents don't bother to even. They might see you once,
Yeah.
then they'll go and do their own thing. As long as they collect their 10%
Yeah.
from each gig and send you to wherever you're going to go play, you might be lucky to see them once every 5 years or something.
Yeah, okay.
But he was notorious for showing up to
And
his
going and
bands,
watching
acts,
groups
and
yeah, that's great.
doing stuff like that.
So very big loss in the
Yeah.
industry, and
I know of notable bands, like covers bands that is, and notable like sort of artists that he had.
yeah,
So, or had got them their start so they could get on to more gigs.
yeah, okay, yeah,
He was very big at that. And
Yeah.
if you got too big for him, he would pass you on and
yeah,
to give you to another person. But it was all through him to start.
yeah,
So
okay.
yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was all really sudden too.
Yeah, yeah.
It just happened. It wasn't He wasn't sick leading up.
No, see,
that,
that's the next one I was going to mention was Paul Di'Anno, and he was sick leading up to it.
Still, that was a shock.
Yeah, it was still a shock because he was still in his healthy...
Yeah.
Although he was in a wheelchair, he still was quite healthy for his age and that. But I think he was going through a battle with some things. So, because he was wheelchair bound. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah, Paul Di'Anno. So, Paul Di'Anno of Iron Maiden passed away this year. At, funnily enough, age 66. Six. The number of the beast. So,
and Chris Bay was only 62, so that was sort of...
Yeah, okay.
Still in their 60s.
Yep.
But it's these older generations that are sort of the ones that are starting to die off.
But Paul Di'Anno was very known for doing solo shows.
Yeah.
And he would still play a lot of Iron Maiden songs. He was allowed to. Any of the songs that were from his era, which was like songs like Killers, Wrathchild.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
really old Iron Maiden
okay.
songs. Killers, like the song Iron Maiden, Phantom of the Opera, like really old Iron Maiden songs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so he would still play those live. And Phil Lesh from Grateful Dead also passed away this year. The bass player.
I didn't think he would have passed, but he has.
Yeah, so some losses in the music world this year, and even look, I'm not going to get right into it, but even some losses in like I've lost 2 people this year that I went to high school with, and they've died at the same age that I'm at now. So that was a bit of a bit of a shock and overwhelming this year, but we move forth and we keep going for our fallen brothers. And we wave the metal flag and we keep doing Simmo metal forever. So, yep. All right, so more news in the metal world, coming into all of the drama and the breakups and all of that stuff. Let's get into the juiciness of it.
Some of them's been quite good.
Oh, mate. All right, so...
Where do we start?
We start with Tim Lambesis and As I Lay Dying. That's where we start because it's metal. And we're going to talk about the metal drama. Yep. But the thing is, we could have done this show nearly 3 weeks ago, but we wouldn't have had the extra goss that we've got now.
Yeah.
So I've even got extra goss. Like before, I would have just been talking about the band breaking up.
Here we go.
But now videos have arose of like Tim Lambesis landing punches into his own head. And there's a lot of mental health worries here now. Okay. And there's footage with him having a heated argument with his partner, but then landing punches on himself. So, look...
Inner demons going on there.
Well, look, I actually had an issue 7 years ago where I used to punch myself in the head.
I remember you, yeah.
When I used to have mental health problems. So, as a person... that's experienced that. I'm actually not looking at Tim and being like...
So was yours like when you would like sort of punch yourself in the
head? It's like when I'd meet moments of rage and that insteod of
was it because you were angry with yourself, or was it because you were getting angry because of something else?
Yeah, but it's also sort of sicker than that. It's also...
Hated yourself?
No, it's to make other people... You hurt yourself in front of someone to shock them that much...
That they see your pain?
Yeah, you're trying to get them to see your pain, but instead what they're actually seeing is just a person who lose it in front of them. Okay. And it becomes very intimidating and scary for that person. Mm. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to sort of project your own pain onto them. Like, this is how much I'm hurt and I'm... So
that's what I was sort of trying to get the...
But coming back to Tim Lambesis... When I seen all of this footage arise just the other week...
Do you think it's very similar?
Well, I was thinking, I actually didn't judge on him. I was like, I know, because a lot of people are just like, oh, Roy Rage, Donkey Kong, like they're calling him...
But from you going through a personal experience...
Yeah, I'm like, I've experienced that, and I sort of know...
The signs.
When you hit that emotional brick wall and you start turning your own fists against yourself. So I wasn't sitting there going, oh, look at Tim, he's such a Donkey Kong. You know, like I was more Like, while other people were calling him a Donkey Kong, I was
feeling
like...
sorry for him.
I wasn't feeling sorry for him, but I had an understanding there.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, man, I've been there. I sort of know what that's like. So, but what has arisen is that he can be... He's the kind of guy to explode. And a lot of people in the band claimed, I'm leaving this band for safety, for my own safety.
Yeah, right.
For my own...
Did he have any, as well as that sort of stuff, was there any substance abuses that he was
Well,
into
the guy has been known to be abusing steroids for the last 10 years, so...
So in a way, because this is...
Allegedly.
In a way, that was sort of like, back from like the guys in Excess. They didn't want to be in the band with Michael Hutchins, but realised he was the best thing for the band.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they feared for their safety.
Yeah.
Because of what he was doing.
But
this is, yeah.
What someone else said as well is, I've seen another YouTuber say, look, the pattern of behaviour is just going to continue. Because this guy has went online and said, hey, even though all these people left my band, don't you worry. As I Lay Dying will continue.
So obviously...
he's got plans to continue.
So he must have the rights, obviously, for the band name and the band itself.
I think he really does.
So it's more like, okay, you pricks can go. I'm the founding member.
Yeah.
I'll be a one-man band and collect everybody
else.
Well,
what someone talked about, a YouTuber talked about, was the fact that the band that he employs next, they're all going to be young, eager guys that are going to, this opportunity to join As I Lay Dying and
they will
be in their band, and they're going to say yes to it every time.
I bet a quid they won't be proper members. They will all be paid session musos.
This is what he talked about too, yeah.
To be puppets for him to control.
Yeah. So there's that.
This is my band. You will do what I say, when I say, when I jump.
Yeah, so that's where that looks like it's heading to. So that's where it looks like it's heading to now. He has made an official statement saying, don't you worry, the band will continue. And the band has just all left him. All 5 members are gone.
I sort of like, at the time, you love to hate those people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you sort of feel sorry for them at the same time because you're like, man, you're messed up.
Yeah.
You need help.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, but for any As I Lay Dying fans, there's some troubled times ahead, I think.
Yeah,
before you get back to some good times.
Even when I listen to the music, I listen to the last album, and there's a new album that's dropped with all of the members from that album leaving the band before the album came out.
Okay, so it's like a post.
Yeah, but he still dropped the album anyway.
May as well.
Yeah, he still dropped the album anyway, but every member from that album is no longer in the band. So they're definitely...
It's my band. Do what I want.
My band.
He's having his little hissy fit.
Yeah.
Threw the dummy out of the cot. My band. I'm dropping this now, whether you like it or not.
My band. So, but that's the way it looks like it's going to go, is he's just going to employ more people and it's just going to keep going, so...
Won't be a band, it'll be a job.
Yeah,
that's all it'll be for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, look at this great job that I got working for As I Lay Dying. So, moving on from that...
24 hours, 7 days a week for the rest of your life.
Yeah, working for Tim Lambesis.
Sorry, guys.
Watch out for him, he'll get you. Well, I'll quickly say, after listening to the albums, I found the newer music to be very
good.
It feels very
rushed.
No, it just feels fake. It just feels processed. It's like the cheeseburger of metalcore.
Okay.
It tastes the same as it did last time.
Yep. Gotcha.
There's nothing new about it.
Yep. And
it's always going to taste the same. But what he does do is he notices trends that are going on right now. Oh, Alex Terrible's really big.
Right.
So what he tries to do is, on this new album, instead of just going with his natural voice that he always had on the last few albums, he's done some vocal doubling.
Impression.
And to make him sound bigger and meaner and nastier. But I know that it's just him just trying to impersonate fucking Alex Terrible because that's cool now. So
I sort of, when because I don't mind Disturbed.
Yeah.
This is often on and but they were one of those bands. I got to a certain point. I think the last great album was 10,000 Fists.
Yeah, that's a fantastic album. I love that.
Now,
album.
mind you, that was the ones that come before, and that were awesome. The one after, Indestructible, yeah, I like half the album.
Yeah, but things starting to become very.
Then you get to the next one, which was like Asylum, and it's like, yeah, I like 2 songs. The rest feels didn't need it, or it just feels here's a song. And then when you get to ones that are like Immortalised, the only good song is Immortalised.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did I buy an album when I could have just brought one song?
Yeah.
And the rest just sounds filler.
Yeah.
Filler. And then I don't think I bought another album from them after that.
Yeah, so that's sort of like the path I feel like As I Lay Dying
it
going
sounds
down,
very
yeah.
similar. It sounds very similar.
So, other drama is Noel and Liam cannot even get along for this tour. Who ever thought that they would in Oasis? Noel and Liam Gallagher are going to be bestest of brothers and they're going to get along for the whole tour.
Honestly, they had some sort of great working musical relationship back when the band was a big band.
Yeah, back in the 90s.
And 90s going into the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then, but when they broke up, obviously, because they were doing punch-ons and on stage and whatnot, and couldn't even stand each other. And then it was only like sort of 2 years ago, it was in some news reporter doing a thing with, it wasn't Liam, it was Noel. And he said to the people, you pay us $31 million each, me and Noel.
Yeah.
So that's $62 million.
Yeah.
And we'll get this reunion back up, together. We'll get back together and we'll do this reunion tour. And now they're doing the reunion tour. They've obviously been paid their because they said they weren't going to do it unless they were paid.
Yeah.
So they've obviously been paid their $61 million.
Yeah.
Why do ticket prices need to be so big?
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Seriously, you've got your millions.
Yeah.
And then you're going. But I think they're going to get to March next year. They're going to have a jam because they're going to have a jam to rehash some of the music that they've done. Because after years have gone by, you probably forget certain things. I don't know.
Yeah.
You need to rehearse the structure and the songs. I think they're going to get in that jam room and find out how hard this reunion was going to be.
Yeah.
And they're probably not going to make that first Wembley show.
No.
Or they're going to punch up on stage at Wembley.
The proper way that Oasis have always been known for.
And I wonder if they're going to... I do wonder if they are going to do a lot of the reunions are doing now, which is they do their tour.
Yeah.
And then they're going to either release a new song or a new album.
Yeah.
I wonder if Oasis will do that or if they're just specifically coming back to do this reunion tour and that's it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it might be easier for them to record an album now, seeing they don't actually have to be in the room with each other.
Yeah.
They can be in 2 separate parts of the world. He can record his guitar stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And his vocals.
In this day and age, yeah.
But, in all honesty, Liam got the shits first when Noel started doing more vocals.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That's how it all originally started.
No, really.
Because he's thinking, well, I'm employed as the vocalist.
Yeah.
Why are you singing most of the lead parts when you're just the backing singer?
Yeah.
So he got the shits with that. And he thought, well, if you want to do that, you can go ahead as you are now.
Yeah.
And I'll leave. And that's what he originally wanted to do. But they got into an argument and things turned out the way they did.
Okay, and to this day it seems like they're still arguing.
Well, they never like doing Christmas with each other or Easter. Yeah. But...
And then, well, that brings us on to more drama that sort of hit.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
Nice guy of rock and roll.
Man, he's got a love child.
That surprised the shock. I was surprised when that come out because he portrays the nice guy sort of thing, and you think I still would like to meet Dave Grohl, have a beer with him, and just have a chat with him.
I don't think anything creepy happened. The whole thing came out that it was all.
I applaud him for coming out saying to his wife,
yeah,
hey,
he has to be honest. Yeah, he needs to be honest.
But I mean, in saying that too, not to me, but to other people that were fans of Dave Grohl, it's sort of changed their view on how they now perceive Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Not so much a guy, but a lot of girls and women that I know that like the Foo Fighters and like Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
It's changed their opinion of him.
Oh, okay.
So because he's sort of obviously he's cheated on his missus and his love child, that's why they've all...
Yeah, they've lost a bit of respect for him, yeah.
Like, I don't care, like, what he's done in his personal life.
Yeah.
Like, but for someone to, like, be in... One, he was in one of the biggest bands going around in the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s, Nirvana, as a great drummer.
Yeah.
To come out after losing your singer, and then form and be the founding member of still probably Foo Fighters have got that many hits, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I'm more of I prefer Foo Fighters to Nirvana.
Yeah.
I'll say it hands down. I prefer his music to Nirvana. And I just feel they're better songs.
Yeah.
And then also too, you wouldn't think like lightning would strike twice, and he's in another band where a band member dies.
Yeah.
And it's the drummer this time as he's the vocalist. So
Yeah.
it's quite weird that like, it nearly makes you think, do I want to be in a band with Dave Grohl? Am I going to die? But no, it's sort of, for me, like I didn't always grow up liking Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
But it was that one song that I had to find, and I went, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
That's bordering on, like, scream, sort of, there's scream parts in
Yeah.
that. This is sort of metal.
Like the Pretenders.
The Pretender has some good screaming vocals. Monkey Wrench.
Yeah.
Monkey Wrench is very sort of punky, very, yeah. But no, that was a shock. When that came out that he had a love child, I was like, oh, wow, okay, this is Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
What's he done? He's never in the news for doing anything.
No, that's it, eh?
Far out. But
And that brings us to the final bit of drama. Chad Ginsberg from CKY punched Dryden Mitchell from Alien Ant Farm.
and got his band kicked off the tour.
Yeah, he got his whole band kicked off the Alien Ant Farm tour.
Something must have happened there for them to...
Mate, this is all I got to say about Chad. Alright, I've watched CKY DVDs for decades, and all I got to say is Chad is loose as hell. Chad is one of the wildest dudes in rock and roll. His idol is G.G. Allen. That says it all.
That says it all.
That says it all, man. Like, I know there's this, like, some of the guys, like, from Rock Feed and that have covered this in more detail. Like deep detail, like, by going into, like, Chad Ginsberg's statement and all sorts of stuff.
So, if we were, like, say, if there was a party going on and there's that one person that you hate, or is just there being a real prick, an arrogant prick, that'd be Chad.
Yeah, it'd be Chad, man.
Right, got it. Now I've got
He's the kind of dude, man, like in the CKY videos, he gets absolutely plastered drunk on a full bottle of bourbon, and he wants them to drive him, he wants them to drive him to G.G. Allen's grave.
He's the annoying
just
prick.
so he can go to G.G. Allen's grave and piss on it. That's what he wanted to do.
Wow.
And then they have full footage of him, like, in the back of the truck, just...
Mind you, I don't mind a few CKY songs.
Oh, CKY's awesome, but you know what? Brendan Small isn't in CKY anymore.
No, he's not.
He's got a different band called 96 Quite Bitter Beans.
Yes.
And that's one of the CKY original songs. And if you actually listen to 96 Quite Bitter Beans, they are actually awesome. They sound great. And the CKY that we have today is not the CKY we used to have back then.
Not.
And the fact that Chad Ginsberg is singing and not Brendan Small, man, Chad is a shit singer. Like, and then they've got that other guy who sings for them.
But this is much of the same problem that people are having with Linkin Park right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't even get me started on Linkin Park.
There was a few videos that come up of them the other day, and there was like, I got ridiculed over Facebook because I put up, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible. and they're all like, "Oh, why are you doing this? You can't do. You shouldn't be saying anything against this." I was like, hang on. I just said it was terrible. From what I'm hearing, it's not great.
Oh, mate, they all just blow smoke up her ass and tell you how great she is. That's fine. I left Lincoln Park alone the moment that I found out that they were coming back. I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not even interested. So, we've been having a great episode, man. This is the Christmas episode.
Good.
I'll see if I can chuck some Christmas music in instead of the same old Simmo metal song. We'll get a Christmas metal thing going or something. I'll get some Christmas bells going. See if I can put a snow filter over this. Who knows? I'm only joking. Either way, hey, look, I got me a little
I wore a singlet, but I didn't wear a Christmas.
I got me Christmas shirt. I got my little they're called little gangster rappers. See, gangster rappers. See, I got Big Deal, and I got Nomi Z, and then I got DJ Prezi Prince. See, they're my little gangster rappers, mate. They wrap up the presents. So, this is the Christmas episode. This is probably going to be the last episode for the year, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
back
thinking
in.
of really making any more Simmo medals. Like I said, unless we get Ezekiel on for the Screaming Jets Memel show, then I don't really think I don't see another episode getting edited. Well, I've had a big year.
We're going to take a bit of a break for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, man. I'm going to take a break over December and just chill.
Strong.
Yeah.
The new year.
All right, for example,
We've got some stuff going on too.
we've got, instead of doing the news next year, we're thinking more about doing interviews. I've got the boys from T-Rex Autopsy want to be interviewed. I've got
Ezekiel does want to be interviewed too.
Yeah,
so.
and then I wanna do an interview with the guys from Where the Devil, and I want to do interviews with pretty much every band that I've covered on Simmo Metal so far.
That'd be good.
Yeah, like I even remember talking with Shutterface, and they're like, "Oh, we'd love to do interviews."
Wow.
So even Shutterface are cool.
In a words, this will move more to interviews. We will still probably do the odd
Metal news once
news.
every 3 months or so.
That way, there's enough going on.
Yep.
But we'll move more into the direction of doing interviews.
And we're going to be talking with artists. Yep, it's going to be great. We'll do a few over the Skype. Maybe we'll get a few in-house.
I don't know if we've said anything yet. I think we've just spoken on it as ourselves.
Yeah.
What I'm just going to say. So, we used to have a band.
Oh, yeah.
And we've decided to keep that going.
Yeah, we're going
But
to be
it's
working on some music next year.
Just as a recording band. No live stuff, just as a recording
Yeah, so you can't come
Forget
see
music.
shows and that, but
No.
you'll always be able to hear it on
You hear it.
Spotify and Apple Music and that. So
Just record a few songs here or there and...
we've got a little thing called Affected that we're working on. We always did work on it. We're just coming back to it.
It's become full circle.
Yeah, plus I've even got a few people that have got me doing some collabs with them. I've got my friend Nasi wants to do a collab with me. He's a punk rock guy, so we're going to have like a weird sort of punk rock, metalcore thing. Like, you know, like...
They do have similarities.
Yeah, they do. So it's going to be great fun.
They sort of do go hand in hand.
And then I've also, like, just not long ago, I had my friend Sam for his film. I recorded the cover of "You've Got a Friend in Me," and a lovely lady named Melody came over and sung, and her voice was awesome. And then I'll probably even get her voice on another song of
Nice.
Jackal Crow later on in the year. Some new Jackal Crow stuff coming. And I'll tell you as what, I'm even working on trying to drop some Jackal Crow remixed material.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I've got songs of Jackal Crow that you've already heard on Spotify and Apple Music, but I'm going to put like a house techno vibe to them. Or
nice.
a dubstep. I'm going to take all vocals out and just make it a mad techno song.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm remixing Jackal Crow songs, man. I'll show you later. So,
Nice.
that brings us near the end of our episode. But let's,
There's a couple of things to go and we'll be done.
yeah, you know what? Let's grab another beer and we'll get into album drops and new releases for the year, eh? Okay. So,
Big news.
to sort of wrap up the rest of the podcast, we want to talk about some album drops and some new releases and stuff for the end of the year, basically.
Yep.
So, Breaking Benjamin just dropped a new album this year.
Yeah. Yep.
And, you know what? I actually found that a bit heavier than I've ever expected from them.
I don't mind Breaking, but I've always not minded Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
They're a bit sort of, 1 minute they can be heavy, metalish, 1 minute they can be rock and that, which is good. They're good versatility.
Yeah.
I like it. It's got a good sound. He's got a good voice. I always like
Yeah.
his voice too.
Yeah, so, I've found that, a heavier sound for them, definitely.
They do suit a heavier...
Yeah.
They do suit a heavier sound, more rather than more mellow.
Well, that's it. Well, we're going into the 2020s now, so heavy it up, boys.
2025 next year.
Devin Townsend dropped a new one. Just
That's
great.
Devin Townsend.
Yeah, just Devin Townsend,
what
mate.
else do you say?
Amazing songwriting, amazing production, just fucking awesome.
That's Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep. So, and then MC5, dude.
Yeah, right.
So MC5 is a band from the 1970s.
Yeah.
That hasn't dropped an album since like 78.
Yeah.
And they dropped a new album, and the first track on the
8 years
album...
before I was even born, that was their last
The new album's called Heavy Lifting.
Yeah, right.
And...
so are these all the same members?
Yeah, I think there might be one or two replacements in there.
Still.
But a lot of old guys. Yeah, a lot of really, really old guys. And the first track has Tom Morello on it with him.
Ooh, I wouldn't mind hearing that.
Yeah, I'll have to show you. It's really good.
Good.
So Tom Morello gives it that Rage Against the Machine bluesiness, you know, like that blues connotations. But yeah, no, I liked it. I was listening to it earlier on today. Whitechapel's Brutal Return with the Visceral Wretch. Now, the last album by Whitechapel, Phil Bosman tried out some clean vocals.
Different technique.
Yeah, clean vocals. He went clean for a lot of songs. And being a deathcore band of gnarly proportions, a lot of people sort of little bit went off that.
That's like when Opeth went from the real screaming heavy stuff
To like Blackwater Park and stuff like that.
to completely changing and going, I'm going to now do complete clean vocals for everything I sing.
Yeah.
And it was like they lost a hell of a lot of fans who were stuck with them from their first album all the way through till Blackwater Park.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, it sounds nice, but it's not what we remember Opeth.
Yeah.
So it sounds very similar to what happened with Whitechapel.
Yeah, yeah. And then we've got some comebacks and announcements. The return of Warped Tour. So in America, they're going to be rebooting the Warped Tour. I don't know if we're going to get a Warped Tour over here yet, but we did used to get the Warped Tour.
Yeah. Interesting.
So if it makes its way to Australia, you know.
Might have to.
Yeah. Yeah, so Warped Tour was always known for pushing all of the really cool like emo and punk bands, all the really known stuff at the time, Escape the Fate,
New Age, sort
from
of
first
New
to
Age
last.
and your sort of what do they call it?
Screamo and
what was that other one? All the bands like System of a Down, even Korn and all them.
new metal and that.
New metal, very much new metal, new age, and that sort of thing. That sort of
And then Hollywood Dead is bringing back the masks.
Ooh.
So their last 3 albums, they've actually went maskless. They do wear balaclavas sometimes, or they'll wear like a bandana over their face.
Bringing back the masks is pretty cool.
But yeah, and apparently they've got a look to them too. And I was listening to the podcast that they were talking on, and they've even got the same people who do the Slipknot masks to do them for them.
Right, well,
so they're going to be very interesting and very,
I'm interested to see them now.
Yeah. So Hollywood Undead brings back the masks. So I'll be at that tour. I'll take plenty of photos for you, bro.
Nice.
And then 3 Days Grace.
Yeah, this
bringing
big
back
one.
their original singer.
This
So
is a big one.
yeah,
because
what's his name? Adam Gontier.
Adam Godier, or whatever.
Adam Gontier.
However you want to pronounce his last name. But I did not think Adam would come back.
Yeah, okay.
I honestly thought because he was in another band with Stains Stain's drummer and Stain's guitarist,
Yeah.
doing their own thing. And they've been touring for years. Saint something, I can't remember his name. But he was their lead singer since he left 3 Days Grace all those years back.
Yeah.
He went and formed this like sort of a super group sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And I honestly didn't see him coming back because he used to just play. They'd play like 3 Days Grace songs.
Yep.
Like I Hate Everything About You, and there's that one. It's a soft
Riot.
one. Yeah, Riot, and there was another one that it's about depression and suicide.
No, okay. Yeah.
I can't even think. I love.
We'll come back to it though.
But, and it's like, and then he did like they got him, like 3 Days Grace got him to come on and do a reunion thing.
Yeah, okay.
Had a couple of gigs, I think it was back in 2021
Yeah.
and 2022.
And he's starting
And
to
then
look
all
at
of
it
a sudden
going,
they've sort of reconnected over the last couple of months. And then now they've decided he's going to come back in, and they just dropped a new song not long ago.
Yeah,
over the course of the last couple of weeks.
yep.
I did have a listen to it, but it's a mishmash to me, like in the old, with his voice
Yeah.
as a singer, because that's what turned me off. Once he left the band, that turned me off when Matt started being their main singer.
Yeah, okay.
Because he sounded too much like Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm not a big, like I liked it for Breaking Benjamin, it worked for them, but I don't want to hear that when I listen to 3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
It was like, Adam's voice was good for the 3
Yeah,
Days Grace.
okay, cool.
And I thought, I wonder how this is going to work with the both of them singing.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of weird because it was like Matt did one verse and then Adam did a verse,
Yeah.
but they both sung on the first chorus,
Oh, okay, interesting.
and then Matt didn't sing on the second chorus. So
Yeah,
once,
okay, cool.
and then they both come back in together.
Yeah.
So it was a bit sort of weird. It's like no one's the sort of lead vocalist.
Yeah.
They're sort of sharing the lead.
Yeah.
Now, if we all know most frontmen,
Yeah.
they usually like to have the limelight on themselves.
Yeah.
So I wonder how long this is going to last for before one of them gets the shits
Yeah.
and says, no, look, I want to be the main lead singer.
Yeah.
Or if they can actually coexist.
So is he sharing duties with the other singer?
They're
is he?
both.
Oh,
Apparently
okay.
and this is the thing too, like, I can understand, like, okay, they've reconnected with their old singer. It's cool to have him back. And I mean, the newer lead singer that they got, he's the drummer's brother.
Yeah.
So they're not sort of going to sort of kick him out for no good reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, wouldn't you feel a bit sort of, if you were him, wouldn't you feel a bit sort of like because you replaced him, and then if he's coming back into the fray.
Yeah, okay.
I
thought the other singer was just leaving and
No,
he was
he's-
coming back.
No, they're co-lead singers.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
If you were the new guy that replaced Adam,
Mm.
wouldn't you sort of feel a bit, hang on, he's coming back to do part of my job,
Yeah.
but also too, Adam's going to play more guitar
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
because he did play guitar and sing.
Yeah.
So that might open him up to having sort of 2-3 guitarist sort of thing going on.
Yeah, okay.
So I would just probably say, while ever he's not singing, he'll probably be playing guitar. on stage.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which makes sense. Like, you're not going to be, if there's songs where there's instrumental stuff, like the singer usually isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
It goes off or whatever. But if you play guitar, well, you're going to be playing guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting to see how that one pans out over
Yeah.
the next year,
Yep.
to see if they're still on the same board.
Yeah, and if an album would even work like that.
Well, apparently they've got one coming.
Yeah,
They've done
okay.
the single.
Yeah.
I wasn't overly a fan because when like Adam come in and started singing, I was like, okay, that's cool. They sung together and it sounded all right.
Yeah.
But the mishmash of like because Matt started off, and you're sort of getting what 3 Days Grace was nowadays.
Yeah.
And then you like got Adam's voice comes in and it's a different tone.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And it's like, and then when he comes back in, they sing together, it's like, yeah, I don't know if that fits.
Yeah.
But they're obviously thinking it does. So
yeah.
they're going.
Oh, well, let's see how that all pans out, eh?
See how it goes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's been a good episode.
Yeah, it's been a good episode, and
Everyone's starting to get their little raps on Spotify.
yeah, we'll get the Merry Christmas music going. So I'll see if I can find some of that, and we'll make this a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So this is the last episode of the podcast for the year. We wanted to give you another podcast before this one, but just
Didn't sort of
life
happen.
and
Yeah.
it just didn't sort of happen. But we've definitely got our episode 5 now. And I reckon that's good. 5 episodes for the year. And well done. So and
Interesting.
I'll just let you know we're at
Mammal next week.
we're really close. We're at about 192 subscribers. I think. Let me
So
see.
from when I first started with Simmo doing this, we were only around 50 odd.
Yeah.
So to get it up to that much in a short space of time
You know,
is really good.
Man, I tell you what, if 3 more
you,
of you
guys.
subscribe, we will have 200 subscribers by Christmas time.
Now that would be a good Christmas present.
We're sitting at 197 subscribers, so if I can get 3 more of yous,
Come on, guys.
and you know what, I don't talk about subscriptions and that enough, but the goal is to get this channel to the point where it's my day job. So, to do that, I'd need I need a following of like 7.4k followers. Thousands of yous.
We need a lot. So get down, hit the subscribe button.
So hit it and
guys.
like and share the hell out of Simmo Metal. Share it all around the Australian metal scene.
We've got to be the only people that live around like this area that do this.
Yeah.
In this country.
Yeah.
There's not many.
And you know what? Even people that are in this country that are big YouTubers, they're not metal YouTubers. You got I Did a Thing. He's fantastic. But he builds stuff in his shed, and it's hilarious. But none of it has anything to do with our music scene. Yeah, I like the ones that fail
to
too.
say that big guys. I like.
Good old I Did a Thing. But he's definitely, he is not the niche genre of metal. So he doesn't do what we do. So we want to see this pop off next year. Let's get this like right up to thousands of subscribers. Let's make it to the point where we've got a plaque in the background saying YouTube Platinum.
And we have people that essentially artists that with us and chat to us that they want to come on the show.
Yeah.
Not that we have to ask them.
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
You know, how bad would it be that Knotfest is calling me saying, Simmo,
Oi.
you're the most known in Australia, why are you not here interviewing our bands?
Go around the country, do 2 Knotfests.
Yeah.
Now that would be something we'd be jumping on board for.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for sticking around all year and being mad legends and Simmo Metal and Kyle fans, and we're here and we're gonna keep doing it. So
Merry Christmas to everyone too.
yeah, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And my old line, stay metal heads.
Rock on.
And rock on. Alright. So we'll see you next year, and we're gonna kick it off with more great metal content.
Cheers.
Hey, even next year I'm going into a whole nother course. I did film and TV this year. Taught me a lot about cameras and lighting. But next year is the content creation class. It's learning about interviewing. It's learning about how to put narration over videos. It's learning how to do B-roll edits.
Very interesting.
So let's get that happening.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas, Kyle.
It's been a good one.
Yep, and
More coming.
yep, more coming. Stay metal, metalheads.
Rock on.
Yeah!